They say that the explorers of Earth were heedful of the wind and a compass while at sea. Their little boats were tossed about by uncharted waters, infinitely bigger than they. Many explorers drowned, reaching for the unknown. How far can we reach before the ship begins to sink? Earth itself had 7 deadly seas. We have only the one, deadlier than all 7 combined. Check on her then, huh? Hey, Vasco. Got another artifact for the collection? I was so eager to find more artifacts, but this thing with the Crimson Fleet and Sistef was gonna slow down our efforts more than I wanted to admit. And there she goes.
Vladimir! Vlad, come in! Come in!
It was incredible how perceptive kids were. Cora was right.
The eye's gone completely dark. I can't reach anyone on the station.
They were still making repairs when I left. Maybe the comms are still down. I don't know. What was the last thing that they...
Noel, Starborn, came out of nowhere.
Vladimir, get out of there!
He already left. Said he was going to the lodge.
Vlad, tell me who's been hurt. Do we need to send some help up there?
Sarah, she's still breathing, but oh God, all that blood.
Oh no.
Hello, Constellation. Are you there?
That voice.
Who are you?
Sounds familiar.
What did you do to our friends?
They call me the Hunter. And now that I'm here, your part in glimpsing the Unity is over.
The Unity? The Unity, what do you mean by that?
I'm already on my way. Say goodbye to your friends. It won't be long.
Forget about us. That Starborn bastard is after the artifacts. You can't let him take them. Pack up the collection, move it somewhere they can't find it.
He's right. We need to bunker down here and get those artifacts ready to move. Might need every gun to hold that Starborn off.
What about everyone on the Eye? We can't leave them to die up there.
No, we stay here. The Eye was already attacked. Our priority now is the artifacts.
Watch each other's backs. We're not losing anyone else today.
I don't know how long it's gonna take to pack up the artifacts. I'll get started. Hopefully this will only take a few minutes, if my hands can stop shaking.
You're good, Noel.
Everyone take cover, now.
Where? Do you really expect them to barge through the front door?
I'm not expecting them to ring the bell.
Could you all keep it down? I'm trying to work here.
Oh, shit. He's here.
Walter! Are you all right?
Hands up. What the? Let him go. Let him go now.
Oh, again.
It's you. From the bar. Knew you were trouble.
There's never enough time, is there?
Protect the artifacts. I got this.
Check the artifact! Ignore the noise. Focus. Focus.
Just hold them off. Once the wall has the artifacts, we run.
Watch out, he's coming down.
I have our artifact. Everyone, follow me. There's a motor signal of the well district. Come on!
Persistent
Everybody's eating, scattering, laughing. Not a good sign. Falling back. I'm right behind y'all. This alien man seemed invincible. I remembered meeting him at the viewport, the bar in New Atlantis. We talked philosophy. I remembered thinking that his armor reminded me that of the Starborn. It seemed my instincts about him were right.
I don't know if he's gone. We can't risk it. Get to the ship!
Come on, Bosco, come on. Up the stairs, Cora, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Everything's gonna be fine. Close this door. Not like a door will stop him. How was he so strong? Was this the true power of the Starborn? Could I learn to be as powerful as that? Come on, hurry, hurry, hurry. Sam, come on. Mateo, come on, don't panic now. Go. Get going. Go, go, go. Fuck you. Mateo, get out of here. I'll hold them off. Get out of here, Mateo. Get out of here! Run! Everyone run! I knew we were overmatched. He could summon copies of himself, and these copies were equally as armed, equally as dangerous. I could create a shield around myself that deflected bullets, but it wasn't enough. It was pure chaos. Everyone was panicking. Children were running for their lives. No one knew where to go. I couldn't protect them all. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! At this point, it was a battle of attrition. We were losing. Even the armed guards didn't stand a chance. Coming through! Coming through! Hold your fire! Hold your fire! We could only delay. What the fuck?
I'm out of here!
Where is he? Where is he? Where are you? Bosco's still out there. Bosco, fall back! Fall back, buddy!
Move it, go! Give me some cover!
God damn it. Come on, Bosco, let's go.
You will be easily defeated.
We need to fall back. Come on, you fucker. Die! Bosco, fall back. Let's get the fuck out of here. What hope did we have? No. Cora, get out of there! Come on, Cora! Get behind me! It'll be okay. Fuck. Die already! It's Walter and Sam. Walter, Sam, Mateo, let's go! Get to the ship! Get to the ship now. We've gotta get the fuck out of here. I began to lose faith. Was this it? Was this how we all died? It occurred to me that we weren't fighting a man or an alien. This was something entirely different. Was he some sort of god? He had taken thousands of rounds and still stood. We were outmatched. It was time to go. The ship was so close, yet still I feared we wouldn't make it. We gotta go. I'm gonna start the engines. Everyone into the ship now. Let's go. Everyone was on board. Now we just had to hope that the Frontier can make it into the stars.
Everyone okay back there? Strap in, quickly. Fuck, he followed us up.
I have to admit, this has been interesting. What are you going to do with the armillary now? I wonder. By the way, I'm not usually vested in combat. Impressive.
You keep talking about this armillary. What is it? Is it what the artifact collection is? Did you make them? Did you make the artifacts? You should be dead 1,000 times over. How are you still alive? I don't understand.
In case you didn't notice, I have a way of getting around unseen. Although I'll admit, retreat isn't a humiliation I've had to endure in some time. You should be proud. There's a greater purpose to all this. You might have a larger role than I realized. Mistake on my part. Keep collecting the artifacts. We'll meet again. Maybe you'll glimpse the unity and...
Wait! What's the Unity? God damn it. We gotta get to the Eye. Our people are hurt. Frontier to the Eye. Frontier to the Eye. This is Nolan. Is anyone there? Can anyone hear me? Vladimir. Sarah? Barrett? Andresia? Anyone? Is there anyone there? Spinning around to dock. Coming in steady. Docking sequence engaged.
no, 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 no. Sarah. Oh, no. Sarah. Sarah. Sarah, wake up. Sam, do you feel a pulse? Oh, the blood. Oh, no. Sarah. Stay with her, Sam. I need to check on the others. Oh, fuck. Oh. Vlad? Vlad! Oh, fuck, Vlad.
You're alive. Krix's ghost can keep waiting.
Oh, Vlad. The hunter. Was there more Starborn with him?
Not many sights to see before I lost the lights.
Tell me what happened, Vlad. How did he get in here? How did he even know about this place? You didn't hear him dock?
Saw the ship dock with the eye. We took up the arm's call, but when the doors opened, there was no one there. Skulked in like a damn specter. Before I had to know, it was nothing but pain's wings and the cold sleep. Time's unknown, but I came too long enough to hear him gloat about going to the lodge and seeing our friends trying to crawl away from him on a bloody trail.
Oh, fuck. How broken is the eye? Is it fixable?
Can't be sure yet. Starborn could have done a lot more damage. Guessing the glitter of the prize wasn't here.
Okay. Let's get you up, Vlad. Come on.
No tears for the old. Got the others to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna check on the others. Sam. How is she? Is she?
Hey, Sarah. Sarah, can you hear me? It's Sam.
Oh, there's gotta be something I can do. I have a medkit. Here, let me, I can just, just...
Stop. Don't you get it? She's got one foot in the pearly gates already. We're gonna finish this thing for you, okay? Sarah? We'll solve this mystery, I swear. She's gone.
The hunter did this. He killed her. It's his fault.
Come on. Let's get going.
Sarah.
There's no changing anything now.
Yeah, you're right. We should go check on the others. They need us. Barrett.
Okay, I admit, my famous personality wasn't so much help with this one.
Oh, Barrett, it's good to see you. You okay? Were there any other Starborn that attacked? Tell me what you saw.
Besides the big, ugly one? Not that I saw.
What happened, Barrett? Tell me.
Starborn ship came in nice and quiet. Just happened to look outside and see it dock. Everyone came running, but no one. Doors open, no one there. Vladimir took one step towards the ship and then boom! He's in the air. Slammed those impressive triceps on one of the consoles. Cloaking device, maybe? Or one of those powers from the artifacts. Guess they're more than just a party trick, huh?
Yeah, we've seen it a few times. Just glad you're okay.
I'll be fine. I just... need to lie down for a bit longer.
Okay, yeah. Don't move. Take it easy right here. Gonna go find Andrasia. Make sure she's okay.
He came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's what the others said. What did you see? What happened?
We were working on the repairs when the ship docked. We ran to defend the station, but after the doors opened, there wasn't anyone there. Then, all of a sudden, Vladimir screamed in pain. And I saw him flying through the air. That's when I saw the Starborn. It went very quickly after that.
Any other Starborn with him, or was he alone?
I only saw the one.
Okay. Stay here, don't move. Gonna get you some help. We're here for you.
Thank you.
Easy.
I don't think I can move right away.
It's okay, don't move.
But I'll make it. Go on.
Alright, stay here.
Vladimir! Oh, thank goodness! Where's Sarah?
She's gone.
It's okay, Noel.
We need to talk locks and bolts. Lodge and the Eye are not secure.
Yeah. You're right. We know that the Starborn want the artifacts. We need to move them.
Got the right of it.
Hunter, he probably found us because we're somewhere obvious. High-populated area, just like how the Starborn found you orbiting Neon the first time. But the fact that they're competing with us to find the artifacts means they can't get them without searching.
So we put the artifacts somewhere in the fringe, or on something that can slip from their grasp if they do another strike from the curtain.
Even if we do move the artifacts, what are we gonna do with the Lodge and the Eye? We aren't secure at either of these places no more. What are your thoughts?
Clear from the few encounters we've had that the artifacts are all the Starborn prize.
They could come after us, though. Try to find out where we put them.
Need to take the risk. The Eye, the equipment in the Lodge, not easily moved. Gotta hope whatever is giving the Hunter pause applies to the whole. Just need to make another direct hit less the jackpot.
I already had plans to rebuild Grandpa G's homestead. Mufrid is remote. We can fortify there.
Hope your walls are high, just in case the Starborn get lucky and find the spot to do the breach and storm.
Here, keep the artifacts safe. I guess we'll meet back at the Lodge after?
Sarah was gone. I made a decision back in the Lodge. A decision to protect the artifacts. I could have came back up here to the Eye. Could have patched Sarah up. Got her the medical attention that could have saved her life. Did I choose wrong? Did I fuck it all up? I placed my hand into hers. It was still warm. The woman I was falling for had been murdered. Is life really so fleeting? A bullet and you're dead. That's it, I guess. Where are they now? Where did they go?
There needs to be a bigger word than thanks. More than gratitude. And whatever that word is, I feel that way towards you. I'd be dead. Flat out dead if it weren't for you.
I don't know, Sam. Sarah's dead because of me. It's all my fault. I fucked it all up.
No. No. Do not blame yourself. This is the Hunter's fault. I gotta ask. Why me? It was an impossible situation. And if it's wrong to ask, sorry, but it's gonna keep me up at night. Sarah Morgan was our leader. She held everything together. I just don't know if I'd pick me over her.
I don't know, Sam. Seemed like the most logical thing to do. I made a difficult decision and just hoped it would work out. I don't know.
That is being honest. For my sake, for Cora's sake. Thank you. How are you holding up? Are you okay?
Still standing. Blaming myself. But also blaming that son of a bitch. The hunter.
Right there with you. That hunter bastard's gotta pay. Pay big time. I don't care if he's Starborn and indestructible. We need to figure out a way to take him down. Nobody messes with my family like that.
I'm gonna dust him, Sam. Won't be anything left of him when I'm done. He'll pay for murdering Sarah.
Just bring me along when you do. This is personal. I just want you to know, I'm here for you. The only way we're gonna get through this is if we all lean on each other.
New Atlantis had turned into the apocalypse. We descended from the eye to find the city consumed with a thick haze and ash falling from the sky. We were going back to the lodge to pick up the pieces. The city was on lockdown. My theory was that the hunter we talked to in orbit above Jemison was the true hunter. When we escaped, the copies of himself continued to battle UC security down here on the planet. I wondered how many security forces died, how many innocent people were injured or killed. One thing was abundantly clear to me. The hunter wasn't just a murderer. He was a psychopath. A complete agent of chaos. Why would he continue his rampage, even after we escaped? Was he just bored? Vindictive? Or just an angry terrorist whose morality was so twisted in such a way that we couldn't possibly understand? A person like that, with so much power, needed to be put down. If he can do this to one city, what could he do to the entire settled systems?
Keep moving, right through the checkpoint. The scan is perfectly safe. Please keep moving.
I was speechless by what I saw. How could this be real?
If you were a victim of the recent attack, please remain calm. UC security has everything under control.
Unbelievable. My nose burned with the smell of smoke and ash. I hoped my parents were okay. Is there anything I can do to help?
There's been an incident. Please continue going about your business.
Okay. Good luck to y'all.
If you're with the press, we have no statements to make about the attack at this time.
I kept wanting to take the blame for this, but that wasn't being fair to myself. All we wanted was answers. To discover the truth. There was nothing wrong with that. The hunter did this, not us.
We're asking everyone to continue their day. There is no more active threat.
How does one continue their day? How does one pick up the pieces? when the apocalypse arrives on your doorstep, when you and your loved ones barely escape the jaws of death.
Just what we need. Another space cart.
I'm glad UC security moved in quickly. Who knows how many more people could have been hurt?
I heard the attacker was throwing the carts around like stuffed animals. How safe are we really?
How safe are we really? The answer is not at all. Not with an enemy that can appear out of nowhere, who can take thousands of bullets and live. Sarah would never again sit at her desk, study her books, sleep in her bed. I can still feel her warm hand in mine. I had so many regrets. I could have showed more patience towards her. Could have given her the benefit of the doubt more often. Should have done this, should have done that. I decided it was too exhausting to play that game. I wouldn't do that to myself. Sarah wouldn't want that. And she wouldn't want me dwelling on her death. One thing they don't tell you about grief is how tired it makes you.
I need to be checking everyone's vitals. Now really isn't the time.
I know. Look, we all feel like we've been kicked into the ground 1,000,000 times over, but I think I have something. I'm serious.
What's going on? Mateo, fill me in.
If I may, I know our encounter with the Hunter is the last thing anyone wants to talk about right now, but he said something that I can't get out of my mind. Unity. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he mentioned it a few times. Been thinking about that myself. I think it might be related to the artifacts.
Exactly. Somehow. The thing is, I've heard that word before. It's an important concept in Keeper Aquilas's speeches.
The priest? Is the Sanctum Universum going to bless our little crusade of discovery?
It can't be a coincidence. The Sanctum has always believed that answers are out there in the stars. Look, I know it's the longest of shots and the biggest leap of faith I could ever ask us all to take, but why not talk to him?
Okay. Where is the Sanctum Universum anyway? Which star system we gonna hop to?
It's right here in the city, just a block or so from the lodge.
Well, we also have to think that it is possible that it's just a word. Maybe he's just trying to throw us off, distract us.
I get the temptation to build this into something even bigger, but that's a stretch, right?
But why not go with a little intuition? Many great things in our history were discovered because someone had faith it would be there. I don't want to dismiss your skepticism, but what do we have to lose? I'll meet you over there.
Grandpa G never put much stock in religion. He said when he prayed during the war, when UC soldiers were raining hellfire upon him, that no matter how hard he prayed, nothing ever happened. That people who prayed died just as quickly as people who didn't. There was no saving grace, no dove coming out of the sky, no beam of light to rescue them. G said that when you die, you give your energy to the earth around you, to the wind, to the animals, to the stars. That your spirit goes on a sojourn through the cosmos. We came from Stardust, and we returned to Stardust. There are no pearly gates, as Sam describes. He said it was really as simple as that. I don't know what to believe anymore. But I knew that this was the last place I wanted to be. Hey, Mateo.
We should talk to the Keeper.
Hello, Keeper.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
Yeah, so... We wanted to inquire about your teachings regarding the Unity.
Oh, yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps we should talk about this inside.
It was cold and empty inside. Yet there was something peaceful about it. Something safe. Even still, I didn't want to be there. Sarah was gone, and I felt like we were chasing a phantom that wasn't going to lead anywhere. But maybe Mateo was onto something. Maybe it wouldn't be a complete waste of time.
Oh, now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
I suppose it's kind of a long story, but it started with the discovery of these anomalies. Anomalies caused by artifacts.
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought, we enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
Mateo, I think this is a mistake. I'm an explorer. I ain't no priest. Maybe we should go.
Oh, wait. I know it's frustrating to be in the dark, but if you're willing to struggle for just a bit longer, I think I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Okay. Well, let's hear the story then. Guess it won't hurt to have a listen.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun. And he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave.
Infinitum addendum. Odd saying. Seems specific.
Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story.
Let me guess. You want me to go talk to them? But it sounds like to me you've already done so. So what's the point?
Because I wasn't looking to find unity in the same sense you are. A fresh set of eyes might reveal the truth.
House Varun are crazy zealots. They're dangerous. Seems like a mistake to talk to them.
Oh yes, typically. But there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I've visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well. And if you need directions to the Enlightened, they have a branch in the Well helping the poorest citizens of New Atlantis find a better life for themselves.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
I have a few more questions myself, actually.
I'm beginning to believe the Pilgrim wanted us to find his resting place. If we can only gather all the clues.
Keeper, can you tell me more about your beliefs, your church?
Well, we're a newer organization, at least officially. Our facility here in New Atlantis has only been around a few decades. But we're gaining new members all the time. I think people have been grasping for something to express what they're experiencing, and I'm glad we can be here for them.
So you're like a priest, or how does that work?
Keeper by title. But yes, I suppose the title fits. I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to be here for those who need us, who find meaning in our message.
All right. Gonna head out.
The Sanctum will always be here for those who seek it.
The Well was a haven for the impoverished and downtrodden. But it seemed like it recovered well from the attack already. I suppose for people down here, the work never ends. No tragedy could slow down the commerce of industry.
I agree, 100%.
Howdy, sir.
Kay's food is as close to home cooking as you'll find around here.
Oh, I'll have to give it a try sometime. I'm curious, what's it like living down here, sir?
What you see is what you get. Work's rough, day's rougher. But I like to think when things get bad, that's when people's kindness shines brightest. Even down here, where the sun don't shine.
You grew up down here?
No, I came here like a lot of folks, looking for work. It's an ongoing search. Ones who've been here for a while, they can't even sleep unless they got a turbine in their ear. Maybe someday I'll be the same.
Any word to the wise for visitors down here?
Nope, just make sure you wipe your feet. You track mud in, then someone's gotta sweep it out. Most days, that's me.
Gotcha, yes sir.
Stay safe.
Hey there, you got a minute?
We run a number of social programs, from financial aid to food banks.
Oh, no sir, I'm here on other business.
If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
Keeper Aquila sent me. Wanted to ask you questions about the Pilgrim.
It's actually important, as strange as that may seem.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity Pilgrim, but since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilas is describing.
So, Keeper Aquilas has been down here before to talk to you about this. He must have a big interest in this story.
Yeah, I mean, he's always going on about trying to bring people of all beliefs together. Really wants there to be some shared story or origin. Look, I like the Keeper, but belief is the problem, okay? We don't need a shared narrative or theology. We need to help each other in practical terms.
I agree with you, but I do want to hear the story.
A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that.
What does that mean exactly? Each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up.
It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. We have to help each other because we choose to. If no one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest of us.
Maybe there's a hidden message there with what he's saying.
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
I want to ask you about the word unity. Does it have any sort of alternative meanings?
Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or in mathematics it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning.
Right. Suppose I didn't find any answers here.
Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but that's about all I've got. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Then it was off to Sistef's jail. The last thing I wanted to do was talk to a Varun zealot. They were crazy religious fanatics. Murderous. Dangerous. Grandpa G told me a long time ago, if you ever see Varun, shoot to kill. Shoot on sight.
Well, hello. You hear about the job by any chance? The officer over there can help you with any bounty issues.
No, sir. I'm here to speak to one of your prisoners, actually. But maybe next time.
Totally understand. But if you're looking to make some credits and serve the United Colonies at the same time, you just let me know.
Yeah. No, definitely not. I think it's this way, Sam. What do you think? We should play this cautiously. Hello, sir.
Hey there.
Kind of surprised they let us back here with all these weapons. Might decide to shoot this zealot. A little early execution, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna miss him either. Howdy.
Aren't you the one I saw running away from that crazy guy? Man, New Atlantis gets weirder by the day.
Yeah, crazy shit.
You didn't hear this from me, but those ecliptic mercenaries? The factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collective and UC both. It's why they give them a wide berth. Ask me, those murdering assholes should be blasted into space dust.
Already one step ahead of you on that. Just gonna talk to your prisoner here for a minute.
A visitor? I have all the company I need.
Oh, but that's so sad. Maybe that's why you look so lonely in here, huh?
Jokes. You come to hear about Varun. Like the guards. Like the Keeper.
Yeah, these zealots, not really known for their sense of humor. Or fashion choices.
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
Yeah, okay. A cosmic serpent seems like a poor answer to the universe's problems right now.
I mean, I agree with you, but is now the time?
It is not an answer, for there is no question. The Great Serpent will come. All concerns are meaningless in the face of the oblivion he will assuredly bring. You wish to speak of the Keeper's Pilgrim, do you not? I will tell you of him, and then you will leave. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. but the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all.
Seems like your religion is all about killing. There's no nuance to it at all. Just death and destruction.
Strength and conviction show your worthiness to the Great Serpent. The kill is not as important as showing there is no doubt. I grow tired of speaking. Leave me.
Gladly. I was losing patience. Mateo sent me down this rabbit hole, and it didn't seem to be leading anywhere.
Too much to ask for?
I would much rather go back to my ship or the lodge and sleep for 5 fucking days. But I parsed through the stories in my head, and I couldn't shake the feeling that there was a hidden meaning in them somewhere. But my brain felt like mush. I wasn't thinking clearly. I needed to get back to the Keeper. Maybe he could find some sort of meaning to it, if there was a meaning to it at all. I also got the sense that the Keeper was withholding information, that he knew more than what he let on. He had, after all, pursued this thread already. Keeper?
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
Possibly. Let's see. Well, the enlightened story used the word second in 2. Does number 2 have any special meaning for you?
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn?
Yeah, well, the crazy bitch said Jinan fought 4 times over 120 days. Another code?
If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else?
Yeah, I was thinking about your story. How the Pilgrim contemplates infinitum addendum. Could tie in somehow, but...
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
Indum. Well, I do believe Indum is the name of a star system. At least I think, if memory serves.
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
Unity. I don't know. Maybe there's something sacred out there. Maybe it has something to do with these artifacts. Maybe they have the power to bring humanity together. Maybe that's why they don't want us to...
But what makes something like that holy? Gravity is also a force that brings things together. Should that be sanctified?
I don't think so. It's just a natural force, isn't it? Perhaps this unity thing is something much greater than that.
It is one of the great contradictions of belief. We feel the presence of something out there, but we insist that it is also everywhere. So you think this word unity describes that divine, unknowableness that the pilgrim searched for?
This guy's really hard to follow. Can we just get a straight answer?
Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit.
Sure.
Go. Find your truth.
Hey.
Hey.
I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together. To say goodbye. You know.
Yeah.
To Sarah.
Of course, Noel. You know I'll be there. I'll be there, Noel.
Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Days passed. It was time for Sarah's memorial. I didn't want to say goodbye. I don't think anyone was ready to do that. Maybe I never would be.
Is it quieter in the lodge, or is it just me?
Yeah. It's quieter. It doesn't feel the same as it used to.
Death is a bastard. Comes for us all. You know, there's an old Aquila story about two pioneers who got lost trying to find a new frontier to settle. One of them takes ill. Clear he's not gonna make it, he turns to his partner and says, "Don't bury me. Let the ground take what it's due. I'd rather be a ghost chasing after you than walk through the pearly gates knowing an eternity of loneliness until you get there." Sad story, huh?
I think that's made up, Sam. I grew up on Aquila. Never heard that story, not once.
There isn't? You travel around so much, it gets hard to remember what goes where. Suffice to say, it's a story somewhere, and it seems appropriate. Anyway, you look after yourself.
Drink? Pour one out to the Blackest Sea?
Can't say no to that, Vlad. The Blackest Sea. Such a dark and sad expression. Made me feel cold inside.
Two old friends. May their ghosts go past the edges of space, to the great beyond.
To Sarah. To the future. To completing our mission. For her.
Aye.
Hi.
Hey. Are you okay?
No. And don't keep asking. I'm not gonna be, alright? Everything's worse now.
I know that it seems that way, Cora, but we just have to believe that things will turn around. Things will get better.
Is talking supposed to make us all feel better? Is that why we're all here?
Well, talking about things does help, but if we drift apart now, we won't be able to help each other. It's good that we're all here together like this.
What's the point? It's not going to change anything.
Listen, Cora, you're not alone, okay? We're all here for you. Every one of us.
I just feel like I want to be a million light years away from everyone. I want to be alone for a while, okay?
Okay. I could relate to what Cora was saying. I too wanted to be alone for a while. To be alone with my thoughts. To think through these dark times. To figure out the next step. To strategize about the future. To think about the mistakes I've made. But saying goodbye to Sarah was equally as important. It was something we all needed, whether we wanted it or not.
Got nothing. So, instead, I thought I would quote something that gave me comfort a long time ago. Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered. What is goodness but a comparison to the good? What is existence but a participation in being? For where the diversity of the universe inspires awe and wonder, it exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as primordial and even divine. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind, but what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact so far beyond our understanding that even these metaphors are like the tiny whitecaps on a massive searching sea. There's more, but those are the parts that speak to me the most. Thank you.
That was really thoughtful, Mateo. Thank you. Does anyone else want to say anything?
I want to say something, but don't really know what to say. I didn't know Sarah long, but it seemed like I knew her for much longer than I did. We fought shoulder to shoulder against pirates, spacers, ecliptic. You build friendships fast when you're taking fire. When your best chance of survival is the person at your six. She had my back, and I had hers. We all knew her for many wonderful things, including her strength. She was the best of us. Incredibly driven, shrewd at times, focused, always focused. She was our leader, our rock. It's hard to make sense of. I just can't believe that she's gone. I feel like I was only just starting to really get to know her. And now, suppose I never will. She wanted answers just like we do. She sacrificed herself to do that. We owe her. We owe her the truth. These Starborn, they wanted to pick a fight. Now they got one. Sarah was not afraid of them, and neither should we. She'd want us to move forward, to move on. We are explorers. We are Constellation. But we're more than that. We're family, too. She believed in what we're doing. So let's do her proud.
I don't often speak about what I believe in. It seems so redundant with how I live. But death is one of those occasions where it's hard not to look inward. Our friend is gone. There's no afterlife, or second meetings. No God in heaven that is curating a perfect ending for it. So it's up to us. We are what lives on. If the pain of loss inspires us to greater action, then that is the good that comes from it. Humanity is what truly creates our world. We are the ones that judge things to be good or evil. joyful or mournful. Let us take responsibility for it. Let us remember what we have lost.
Walter, are you part of the House of Enlightenment? I never knew that.
Yes, well, I like to keep some things private.
You all might not like thinking about this, but when we die, everything about us breaks down, decomposes, gets eaten up by insects and microbes. Or due to the lack of a biosphere, we are simply carried away by space and time until we sizzle in a distant sun's corona or get pulled in some gravitational field and coalesce with other debris. Not comforting, huh? But I disagree. Do you know what I find uncomfortable? The thought that after I die, the universe is just going to stand still forever. Could you imagine? The fact is that the universe goes on, that life goes on, that things do not just sit still. That right there is the comfort that I need. Yeah, we die. And some people go way before they should. But the universe doesn't care. Not because it's evil, but because it's infinite, ever expanding. And who wouldn't want to be a part of infinity? Even if it's just for a short while. Listen, we don't worry about ourselves before we were born, do we? Of course not. We emerge from the universe as we return to it. And for one beautiful moment, we are here, together.
Yes, that certainly was an interesting perspective, Barrett.
You good, Noel?
I hope this is all okay. Between fixing things up and sending out messengers and getting all the paperwork done. It's not much.
No, it was a lot. You know, I could have done more to help. Should have asked. I didn't realize.
No, it's fine. Sorry, if I talk any longer, I'm gonna start crying. Could you excuse me?
Of course. Hey there, I'm Nolan.
I don't believe we've met. Ajay Mamasa, former chair of Constellation. I wish the circumstances of my visit were better.
Yeah, it's a shame. There's no help in the circumstances, though, I'm afraid. Wish it was otherwise.
Yes, of course. Unfortunately, this isn't the first Constellation funeral I've been to. After 35 years, you say goodbye to a lot of friends. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I feel numb just thinking about it. Sarah meant the world to me. She was the future. I knew it as soon as I met her.
Were you and Sarah close? She mentioned you a few times, actually.
Yes. She could make me so angry, or so happy. We used to joke that we were married. I bet relationships in Constellation are still messy, aren't they? We're more of a family than an organization. All the former lines bleed together. It makes the losses sting harder. But I hope it means the time you had together was all the more important. That's how I like to think of it anyway.
It was important, the time we had together. You were the chair before, right?
Oh, yes. I was Sebastian Banks's protege. If that gives you any idea of how long I was part of our little club.
You knew Sebastian Banks? Wow, didn't realize.
Knew him, argued with him, tried to carry on his memory when he vanished. Sebastian will be back tomorrow, we always used to say. It reminded us that he was still here. in the bones of this old building.
What was she like back then?
Exactly the same as when you met her, I bet. Determined. Fearless. With just a small hint of delight on her face when she knew she was winning, eh? My only problem as a mentor was trying to convince her to be more tactful. Those old military instincts would always get her in trouble.
Hey, Vasco.
I am told these types of gatherings are a sad occasion. That assumption appears to be correct.
Yeah. Wait, does that mean that you can feel emotion?
No, I don't. I'm programmed to analyze sensory and biometric data so I can cross-reference. But I do not feel, as you seem to imply.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
I appreciate you verifying my analysis, although I am certain my thanks will do little to improve your current psychological trauma. If you would like, though, I can add some consoling language to my programming.
You know what? Sure. Console away.
It will take some time to adapt, but it will be okay. How was that?
Honestly, buddy, I never wanted to cry more than this moment. Thank you.
I will note that feedback for later.
Hey, Barrett.
You know, what you're feeling right now is a chemical reaction whose evolutionary goal is promoting social cohesion. Never seems to work for me. No matter how many times I do this, I feel less attached, not more.
Did you go to Irvin's funeral? That must have been really hard.
I don't remember. I'm sure I did. I thought when the funeral was over, when everyone went home that night, that it was over. Turns out, sometimes you need more than that.
I think I know what you mean by that. Yeah.
Well, look at us. Two lone wolves howling at the moon on the same night. You know, if there's one piece of advice I can actually give you, it's that lost loved ones have a way of coming back to you. One day you'll be sweeping out some old shelf or digging through a desk, and there it'll be. Some old paperweight of theirs. Or a piece of jewelry they gave you, half-jokingly. Theoretically, of course.
You ever think about your own funeral? What that would be like? Suppose it's kind of a disturbing thought, huh?
Nope, not even for a moment. Funerals are there to remind survivors that they aren't alone. The dead have already finished their part in our story.
Thanks, Barrett. It helps in a strange way.
You're welcome. Let's talk.
It almost feels
when you have time.
wrong to be grieving. Selfish. No amount of tears will bring the dead back.
Kind of like what Barrett said, that funerals are more for the living. Is that kind of what you mean?
Yes. We don't have a way of knowing whether we really touch the departed with our grief. We just have to have faith.
It's okay to grieve, Mateo. We're all doing it.
It's just easier to feel guilty, if you'll excuse me.
Chat for a bit? Normally, I hate talking to people at funerals, but, well...
Sure, old man. Don't mind chatting with you. We all got a lot on our minds.
You don't believe in the afterlife, do you? I mean, this might be the worst time to bring it up, but...
Not really. Sorta. Grandpa G had his beliefs, but... guess I find out when it's all over with.
Yes. Won't we all? Well, I've taken up enough of your time.
As I said earlier, no one prepares you for how exhausting grief is. They say that grief is all the love you couldn't express in time. I will forever wonder if Sarah and I could ignite the spark that was between us. Or wonder if there ever was a spark. Either way, it was never meant to be. I see that now. Cora, you good?
I kept wanting to visit Mom, but now...
Cora, what do you mean? Does this make you miss her? I know. It's okay. It was hard times for all. For Cora, for Andreja, for everyone. Andreja in particular didn't seem like she was handling it well. She seemed like she was always the odd one out. I wanted to make sure she was okay.
Everyone is in mourning. I understand, but I cannot quite share in their emotion.
What do you mean, Andreja? You're not sad at all?
After the shock of what happened faded, I have felt nothing else. Just a numbness.
Just means that you're in mourning too, Andreja. In your own way. We all mourn differently.
I have seen death. I have lost people I considered close. But this is... it is not the same. I cannot explain why. I am not sure I am making sense.
Andreja, you're making perfect sense. Ain't no right way to feel about all of this.
Thank you.
Pouring drinks is one way to handle a loss. Stave off needing to look at the sad face in the mirror for a bit.
Suppose it is one way. Sam, old buddy.
Lodge sure feels like a lonelier place.
Yeah. You're right about that. Alright, Vlad. Pour another one out to the Blackest Sea, would you? Could use one before I go back to the ship. You know what? Make it two. There was no way I could find solace in the lodge anymore. I needed the quiet hum of a starship in my ears, to feel the soft vibrations of the ship through my bed, to find some alone time, for the first time in days. Had a lot of things to work out, lots of problems to solve. My first priority was getting the new homestead in order. All of the artifacts were in my possession, and I needed somewhere to take them. Somewhere secure, somewhere fortified and safe. For now, they would remain on the ship. But before I went to bed for the day, I would make contact with Lynn and Heller. We needed this new homestead built as soon as possible. And hopefully before the UC Sys stuff started breathing down my neck regarding my infiltration of the Crimson Fleet. They've strong-armed me into helping them. But in my mind, the Crimson Fleet took second priority. Behind the threat of the Starborn, the Hunter must pay for what he did, but I worried I might have to delay the mission. I would focus on the Crimson Fleet after the homestead was built. Till then, the artifacts went into the boxes, but I wouldn't let them collect dust for long. For now, I couldn't even look at them. I began to wonder if maybe the artifacts were cursed. Ever since I touched the first one, Grandpa G had died, and now Sarah. Then the homestead was destroyed. We were meddling in things we didn't understand. But we were explorers. This is what explorers do. We weren't just any exploratory group either. We were Constellation. We were humanity's guiding light. And it would be my abilities that led the way. The Hunter himself said I had a larger role in this than he expected. Fate was on my side. Once I was done with the Crimson Fleet, the Hunter would become the hunted.